Guess who's back? Back again. I am back. That's right, I'm back. And I want to say this real quick because a lot of you are probably watching saying, holy shit, he made a video. It's going to rain, it's going to snow. No, today is Friday, or should I say, Devil May Cry Day. So you're damn right I was going to make a video today. But we will talk about that at the end. Okay, we will, due to the fact that the things I have seen, and I have to explain, some of you are just saying, you know what, we wanted you back, and what I said, you didn't need me back. There's a difference between wants and needs. So I sat on the sidelines and was just chilling to see how the new generation will just carry this on, because you don't need me anymore. You don't need me. You know what I mean? Maybe they can, pass the torch on, and they can do things. And then I see, they even fucking up, all right? Yeah, that's right, they fucking up. So, I'm back. That's what this is. It's almost like being an all-star player and putting up so many points to make sure that your team is winning. You know what I mean? And then the coach sits you down and says, okay, you done did everything we asked for you. Have a seat. You know what I mean? Let the other guys play. And then the bench warmers come up and they play. And then as we know, we got these other dudes, like the audience is like, who the fuck is these dudes? Like, it's like they're not even trying. They're half-assing statements. They're half-assing the personas. You know what I mean? Because they're not being themselves. They're being opportunists, flat out lying to you. Just like, oh, I'm not buying Devil May Cry because of microtransactions and orbs. Lying to you. When it's clear that in that game you can gain as many orbs as you need with no problem. Like, this is what I mean. Some of you even came to me and was like, Event, we want you back. But, other people can't do it like you, like a Yang Yi. He's like an Event light. Yang fucking Yi, are you serious? Let me get something straight here. I don't have a problem with Yang Yi, all right? I don't, all right? But let's get something straight really quickly. Yang Yi cannot lace up my gloves before I throw a fucking punch. You understand that? There's a difference. So, yeah, the original is back now. And there's no more playing, all right? So, yeah, as far as I'm concerned, let's get into it. We're going to start off. Now listen, not with Devil May Cry. That's way too easy of a target. Way too many headshots for people. But let's get something straight here. We start off like we usually start off. Anybody? Anybody? Anyone? EA! EA! And their bullshit. That's right. That's what we're going to start it with. EA's Anthem. For those that don't know, alright? Anthem has been bricking consoles. That's right. There's reports that Sony is now giving refunds back to players because their consoles have been bricked. Now, some people are saying that these reports are true. Others are saying it's false. Others are saying that, look, all you have to do is, put your hard drive in safe mode, whatever, your PS4 in safe mode, and you can get everything back. Now, while that may be true, here's my response to that. You shouldn't have to fucking do that. You shouldn't have to. EA, not giving a fuck, as usual, thinking, okay, we can just put out this game and we can just fuck it all up and people will still buy it. Because that's how their ego needs to be fed. That's what they think of you as a consumer. That's what they think is going to keep them in business. They can keep treating you like shit, but guess what? You're still going to go back to them and say, I'm going to buy this game. Hey, Madden community. Hey, FIFA community. Yeah, that's what it comes down to. I will put it like this. OmniCloud said it best. Yelling at EA at this point isn't going to do anything. It's not. Because we have seen, for those who haven't, all right, on Twitter, we have seen people who have played this beta, right? This beta, people who are excited. We're not talking about people who want to trash it. We're not talking about people who were on the fence. We're talking about people who were for this game when they saw it. They bought into the advertising. They wanted to play this game. They played this game and was like, this game is boring. This game is trash. What the fuck is going on here? What the fuck were they thinking? And that's what people started saying. These are people who were actually supporting this. Then we started seeing things happen where guys were doing the treasure loots and everything. They were just going through them. And they were being banned for doing it. You're being banned for something you're supposed to be able to do in the game. That's right. So, it's absolutely ridiculous. This is the control that EA has. Not too long ago, we just saw a person, blacklisted, because they gave Anthem a bad review. And apparently EA's trying to say, well, it wasn't because it was the bad review. It's because the watermark or whatever. I don't want to hear the shit. I don't want to hear it. All right? You don't need to blacklist anybody over said review because that's what it was at first. It's bullshit. EA should know better than this. They should. But like I said, it's not about yelling at them at this point. There's no point of yelling at them because they're not going to listen. They don't care. They they see you as just a unit sold. So what you need to do is vote with your wallets. That's all you can do. It's sad that it comes down to this, but this is EA we're talking about. They're not going to change. They're not. I know a lot of people say Capcom is going to change. We'll talk about that shit later. All right? Capcom is back. We'll talk about that shit later. All right? But EA isn't going to change. So EA is full of shit. There's a couple of companies that are really fucking up right now. I mean, seriously, did you see what happened with Fallout 76? You know, that's another topic for another day, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, that is. So let's move on, because this is what I really want to talk about. All right, Evo's core values. Let's get into this, shall we? For those who don't know, maybe you've been living under a rock. Maybe you don't care about the FGC. Maybe not, and that's fine if you don't. But just hear me out on this, okay? Now, let's get something straight. Evo Japan, all right? They put out this, they want to promote Dead or Alive 6. Now, for those who don't know what's been going on with Dead or Alive 6, before it was promoted at Evo Japan, there was a lot of fight within the community that Dead or Alive 6, they wanted to make it more esports, so they were going to tone down the fan service. There were people there who were very upset about that because they're used to that fan service, as opposed to others who were okay with it and saying, hey, you know, this is the way they want to go. They want to make it more serious. That's fine. Good. All right? So there was a clash between fan bases for a minute. All right? Then we saw that the stream was going on for Dead or Alive 6. All right? And the two women who were very lovely, they were very charismatic, they were having so much fun, they were controlling the stream with no problems. All right? They decided, you know, they were doing a lot of, I won't even say lewd jokes. They were just jokes. These are jokes that you would hear anywhere in real life. Okay? Anywhere. And men and women would laugh at this. And that was the case in the stream. Both men and women were laughing at this. Okay? They were. So, you know, they're in awkward positions when, you know, power bombs and stuff like that. Jokes that you've heard before. It's nothing new. You know? And then, you know, the girls got on stream, and one girl started, you know, shaking her boobs. She was just shaking her boobs. And you can tell they're having fun. You can tell they're just making jokes, because that's what they are. They're fucking jokes. That's what they are. It's not serious. And what happens with the stream? It gets cut. It gets cut because of it. Yes, it gets cut. And this is what they had to say, Evo. This is what they had to say about the situation. Oh my God, the core values, the integrity of our brand. It was inappropriate how they were doing things, and then they proceeded to show Mortal Kombat 11, which, come on, let's be real here, which heads are being knocked off, spines are being ripped out, all types of gore. So let me get this straight, okay? Let's get this straight. We have bouncing, jiggling boobs. That's a bad thing. Oh God, oh my God, it's the devil, can't show that, oh my God. Instead, we can show people get blasted in the face with guns. We can see people get their arms and legs cut off, ripped to shreds, like it's nothing to it. That's okay. Core values! That's okay. That is such fucking hypocrisy. It is ridiculous. It is. And here's the thing. ESPN actually had the nerve to step in and say, oh no, they were inappropriate, and we backed them 100%. I told y'all how many fucking years ago that this was going to be a thing. We've seen it time and time again. What? Street Fighter 5? Oh no, you got to change that attire before you play on ESPN, because that's going to affect the people at home in the audience, and we can get in trouble for that with the FCC and things of that nature. You knew this was coming. You knew it did. All right? We've seen it too many times. But here's the thing. Okay? Here's the biggest thing. Because mind you, you weren't allowed to do certain fatalities on Mortal Kombat either when it came to ESPN. Because it's just too raunchy, it's too bad. Oh my God, think of the children. Even though it's the children that are playing these games. Alright? But the internet took it and ran with it as a meme because it was such hypocrisy. Alright? And I'm going to come back to ESPN in a minute. Alright? But it goes to show you, and the girls, once the girls found out that the stream was cut, they just laughed about it. They were like, whatever. You know what I mean? And then they proceeded to taunt Evo and was doing more boob jiggling and everything just to taunt, because they jumped from Twitch over to another service with no problem. They didn't care. You know, even afterwards they were still doing it to taunt you, to say, oh look, these boys are scared of boobs. They're absolutely scared of boobs. This is pathetic. That's what they're saying. So now you look like this this authoritative, contrarian, almost conservative. I don't know, man. There is something fucking wrong with this. Because it's amazing how you can say core values and you can watch guys pop off and get in each other's faces and push each other, and some even get so sorry that they punch each other, and that generates hype and generates all this bullshit, and yeah, I'm going to stand on a table and I'm going to act a fool and all this other shit. Core values, we can rip people's heads off, core values, but as soon as a jiggling boob shows up, it's a fucking problem. This y'all kings? This who y'all praise? This y'all kings. Yeah, that's who we going to praise at this point. Again, I don't give a fuck how popular you are. I don't give a fuck how much of a fan base you have or how much influence that you have in this fucking community. Because mind you, it's still a very small bubble. It is. In real life, don't nobody know what these motherfuckers are. These are the same motherfuckers that talk shit to me in my videos, alright, and act like they're internet gods. Then when you see them outside, like I said, janitors and part-time clerks at 7-Eleven, I don't want to hear the shit. I don't want to hear it. You have a very small bubble and a very small window for success when it comes to the FGC. We will talk about that in a minute. But I want to get back to fucking ESPN. Okay? Since ESPN, you wanted to cover this. You know, it was, we didn't make sure that we back Evo on this, and we got to make sure it's like an expose. Okay, fine. Let's get into this. Since you want to talk ESPN, I'm going to call your number on this every fucking time and everyone else until this is settled. So, let's talk about this. Health benefits for players. I don't see an association really yet for esports when it comes to the FGC or overall, okay? We have seen a number of places try to give, somewhat salaries to players. What was it? $15,000 for a player? The fuck is that? $15,000? You go to McDonald's and make more a year than that. The fuck is that? While they make millions on top of millions on top of millions. You are being fucking duped. The players that you love so much, that you defend so much, as soon as I call one of them the fuck out, right? Don't you talk about this person. Don't you talk about that person. She looks lovely to me. Yeah, that's who you look like right now. All right? For every person who is willing to defend to the end, even when you don't know them, defend to the end these players, all right? Because you want to see them successful. Why don't we ever have these type of talks? And don't say I don't ever bring it up. Because when I bring these real issues up, you get fucking quiet. Okay? Oh, I like this said player. How's that said player living? Living in a house with like 6 different fucking people. Not having a dime to their name. Can't even take the fucking bus. They're going to sit there for 10 hours in a fucking basement and grind on a game. Barely eating. Barely having any clothes. All that type of shit. And it happens because they do have gaming houses. Don't tell me it doesn't. So for these people to be fucking praised and lifted up to the moon, why don't you want better for them? Huh? Living conditions, health conditions. When someone gets hurt, what are you going to do? They don't have no fucking insurance. I want to know where the benefits are for these players if it's their full-time job. You got the NBA players and NFL players and all these people and celebrities pouring all this money into this. Oh, I'm going to buy a team. I'm going to do this. Okay, they know how the game is played. They know, these players. If you don't think that they, when they played, they didn't have a player association and all that shit, you are fucking insane. These gamers don't have shit. Oh, we'll put you on TBS so you can get we'll sprinkle a little bit of spotlight on you. That ain't shit. How you living? Not everyone's living great. But if you look at this said top player, that is the 1 fucking percent. The 1% compared to all these players. And it's not just that. Alright? Again, I want to know why ESPN has not covered this. They always do exposés, don't they? Don't they? Come on. Let's be honest here. That they have a show called Outside the Lines where they talk about this type of stuff. Never are they talking about the health of the players. But let's get something straight here also. Redbull, and I want to make this clear, all right? Redbull has a physical fitness program. That's right. Because if you're going to be an esports player, this is what you need to do. And this is what pisses me off a lot. And you know what? I'm saying this right now, and I'm sure a lot of people who do physical fitness, hey, Bo, I know a lot of people who are going to say, you know what? You're right on this one. You're talking about people like myself who are fitness. That's my business, all right? Video games is my business. These videos aren't my business. I don't get paid to do this shit. I have a career outside of this shit. You know what I mean? That I got to tend to. That is part of my life. So I know what the fuck I'm talking about. So, your physical fitness program, just because you get some dudes to, run a bit or, you know what I mean, or lift some weights, and we're starting to see that a lot now. All these guys are starting to lift weights and starting to physically look good. Just because, I'm going to say this very well known for those who are in physical fitness. Just because you get an enlarged heart doesn't mean you have a healthy heart. You have a strong heart. And you have to make sure that you're taking care of yourself the right way. Also, just because you work out doesn't mean you're going to stave off every disease, every illness. You can catch the flu. If you don't have any health benefits or any insurance, guess how that's coming out of your pocket? How's your insurance look? How's your copay look? What's your deductible? These are real life things. These are adult shit. This is adult shit. So if you're running some type of league, or if you're an organizer or anything like that, these are questions that your players need answered. All right? And I don't give a shit how popular you are. This is a serious situation. But ESPN, you don't want to talk about that though, right? You don't really want to dive in. You don't want to put a lot of effort or manpower or woman power, whatever, resources to keep digging in until the message is sent. Do you? No. Nobody has. Like I said, your Kangs that you people talk about don't ever step up and speak out about this shit, do they? No. Matter of fact, here's a question. Here's a question. What happened to that security? Remember after the Madden incident and people was getting shot? What happened to that, that up security? Haven't heard shit. All right? I heard security was the same, and no one's making no one's batting an eye about that. No one's bitching about that. So what, is it going to take another shooting or something really bad to happen to revisit this again? Huh? You should be looking at the people at the top and saying, hey, what the fuck are you doing? Still. Like I said, these issues y'all don't want to talk about. And when I bring this shit up, y'all all of a sudden find ways to try and discredit me or lie about me. It's your lies versus my truth. And it will always be that way. It's pathetic. But speaking of health, I don't know if you've seen the way they've tried to sell you on bullshit, because we already know about the energy drinks and all this gamer stuff. Well, let's talk about the supplements that they're trying to push to you. That's right, you gamers, supplements now for gaming. Oh, it's the official drink of Esports. I need to go and get some shit now. I do. You must be out your fucking mind. But that's not all. No. I want to show you, because I'm only showing you one screen. I want to show you another screen of what I was met with first. Before you saw that full screen, check out the pop-up, the little splash that comes over the side, scrolls over the side for G Fuel, and how they try to guilt trip you. That's right. They try to guilt trip you. If you don't want to buy this now, it says, no thanks, I'll pay full price. Way to try and fucking guilt trip me into buying your bullshit. Look, I put it like this. I will put a link in the description field for you about gaming supplements, the rise of gaming supplements. You have to understand, just because people offer you supplements, if you do not read the back of the label or whatever, some of the supplements can hurt you. They can cause you problems. Not everything is good for you in those supplements. Anybody who takes supplements will tell you this, okay? Some of this stuff can cause kidney stones. They can cause all kinds of problems. I'm telling you now, you have to understand what you're getting yourself into. But you have to understand, this is a consumer-based thing, all right? This happens with all other supplements as well. This happens with all other websites and things of that nature where they try to get you to buy something and then try to guilt trip you. But for gamers in your own field, this is new. This is new. And if you aren't educated on these issues, they're going to hustle you. They're already hustling you as it is when it comes to all these other things that we have going on in gaming. you know, the DLCs and all that. We've talked about this. We have these groupies that will defend anything to the end or any person to the end, which is really not helpful with what the community should be when it comes to a structure and trying to have, you know, police our own. Because if we don't police our own, you know what's going to happen, right? The media is going to step in and try and trash us even more than what they already do. These tournament organizers, these so-called big-time stars, ambassadors, are not living up to the role. They're not living up to the standard to make things better, but they'll keep chirping that shit, won't they? They'll say, yeah, we want to make things better. And then that's it. They don't do anything to make things better. Never. Ever. They just talk. That's what they do. And when they talk, people just, oh, swoon, he's a good guy. Do you know this person? No, but I'm just going by what he says. So you don't know this person, but you're just going to just take his word for it. Yeah, because he's good at video games. You can't be fucking serious. And you know what? We're going to talk about that as well. Let's bring it down a notch. Because I want to talk about this. And I want to say first, before I get started on how this is a bad look, I want to say congratulations to Justin Wong. Because I told you guys this before. You guys and girls. What did I say? The FGC has a very, very small window of opportunity to be successful if you're not part of the 1%, okay? Or if you don't act a fucking fool to get noticed, okay? You have to understand, you have a small window to where you can do something with that, okay? Not being an ambassador, all right? But opening doors. We've seen it time and time again where we say, oh, that person's a shill, this person's a shill, because they're trying to get buddy-buddy within the company. Yes, that is true. And now we're seeing, I won't say an evolution, the next step, the doors opening for certain players. For those who don't know, Justin Wong thinks that puzzle games can be as big as the FGC. Number one, the FGC isn't that big, all right? I don't know why people keep thinking that it's huge, but we've got Evo. What are your payouts compared to a Counter-Strike or Overwatch or something like that or League of Legends? You know what I mean? You have to understand that you are still behind when it comes to the fighting game community. You have to understand it. Your payouts are not as huge as you think. All right? But he says puzzle games can be as big. Where the fuck has he been? Has he not seen the Catherine stuff, like the tournaments? Has he not seen the Puyo tournaments or the Tetris tournaments? Tetris 99 is doing really well right now, if you ask me. But the reason he brings this up, all right, is because, for those who don't know, all right, Justin Wong is working on Crystal Crisis with the new, it's in the vein of Puzzle Fighter. That's right. He's a consultant on this new game, Crystal Crisis. All right? That's like Puzzle Fighter. That's why he's bringing it up. All right? That's why. He's trying to get into the industry. You go buddy-buddy. You do, like I said before, a favor for a favor. Exactly. So now he's in there. Right? But that's not all. Justin Wong is also involved with the new, he's involved with balancing in the new Power Rangers fighting game. That's right. He's balancing the game. So he's a consultant for balancing. Now here's the thing. If that Power Rangers fighting game has problems, you know who to go to then. Okay? You know who to go to. But you have to understand, that's the next move. You know what I mean? Yeah, I can play games, and yeah, I'm popular because of this, this, and this, and I'll go on my Twitter and do giveaways and everything to make people think I'm great and don't follow me. All you got to do is retweet and follow, and then you can have a 0.1 chance to win said product. Every fucking time, and people eat this shit up. It's crazy. It is. But people do it, all right? Keep their names relevant. Keep them in the papers. Keep them going on, you know? And then the company say, okay, well, he's done a job for us and everything. I wonder what else he can do. And then guess what happens? Then they start moving in. We've seen this all the time, haven't we? We've seen what Markman do it all the time. They all try to play fucking politics within there. And y'all sitting here saying, oh, well, you know what? They're just trying to make a living. Here's the thing. If they were being paid right to begin with, this wouldn't be a thing. Some guys have to move on because, like I said, small window, age becomes a problem. That next prodigy is out there somewhere ready to smoke everybody. You know what I mean? Happens. You know? It's almost a shorter window in the NFL. You know what I mean? After a certain age, they write you off. It's the same thing. You have to understand exactly all the politics involved. Like I said, congratulations for Justin Wong for moving into that, but it's a bad look for everyone else because now everyone will say, well, if he did it, then everyone else can do it. And that's where the lie begins. Because Poos was the same way. Oh, well, he got famous off of this. We can do it too. Some kid just thinking, I can just make a career off YouTube. The 1% make it. 1%. And then they got to do bullshit that you see these days. Oh, let's Poos versus T-Series. And we got to make sure that we get that. Two grown-ass men trying to get people to up their subscriber base in a popularity contest. And he will do whatever it takes. Ever it takes. T-Series just not too long ago was like, we can do this for India. What? What? Like, you have to understand how pathetic it looks. Okay? This is not real life. These are grown men hoping that children keep touting them. That's all this is. Without your audience, you've become nothing. And if you don't give them substance, then you're just barely hanging on by a thread. You really are. Let's move on, shall we? That's right. Listen, I want to talk about some releases. I am looking forward to Judgement. That's right. Looks great. I think that's going to be a day one buy. But then again, I say a number of things are day one buy, and I don't end up getting on day one due to the fact that it depends on what I buy before that and backlogging, stuff like that. But yeah, Judgement looks great. I cannot wait for Judgement. Another thing I want to talk about, there is a rumor coming up, because Judgment's release date is what, June 25th? Yeah. Rumor that there's a digital-only Xbox One coming to, coming in May of 2019. It's a rumor. I guess they're going to try and compete with Steam. A digital-only, fuck off. Fuck off, as far as I'm concerned. Now we're getting into the realm of consoles being PCs. So why don't you just buy a fucking PC? I mean, let's be honest, Microsoft, and even Sony. These games are so uncompressed that you put in one game and damn near takes up all your hard drive. And they're like, oh, we can offer you all these terabytes. Have you seen how much Gears of War runs? Do you see how much it takes to download? How many gigs that takes? It is disgusting. Microsoft, compression is your friend. Sony, compression is your... Developers, compression is your friend. It is. Stop fucking people. I don't get it. Let's move on, shall we? I want to talk about Mario Kart Deluxe, a game that should be an esport, just like Split Second should be an esport, but Mario Kart Deluxe does not get enough love as far as I'm concerned when it comes to esports. I also feel as though it's one of those things where we don't get enough content. You're saying, well, you mean you don't get enough content? Look, if you have an F-Zero stage, why don't we have F-Zero skins? Just wondering. Great stages. Great stages. Link, great stages. Zelda, great stages. Great stages. I would like to see more. I would like to see what Nintendo is doing more. And on the Switch, Nintendo, I don't understand what you're doing. Your NES app, every month you give us 2 new games, retro games. Why only 2? You have a large array of games, all right, from the NES era that we would love to play. Why only 2? I don't understand this. You gave us what this week? Kid Icarus you gave us, and something else you gave us. I forgot what it was. But come on. Come on. As far as I'm concerned, Nintendo can do better than that on their NES app. The Switch, I'm very happy with. I will say that. You know, I play a lot of Monster Hunter on it. Was it Tetris 99, Monster Hunter, Mario Kart? Getting ready to get Demon X Machina. I'm definitely going to get that. Looking forward to Marvel? Was it Ultimate Heroes again? The Alliance. I'm looking for that good beat 'em up. Paydo Box just came out not too long ago. It's on PlayAsia, I believe. I'm looking forward to that. There's a number of games that I'm looking forward to on the Switch. You know, but we'll see what happens in the future with the Switch. But I'm very happy with it. I barely take it off the dock, though. You know what I mean? I don't take it on the go. So, whatever. Also, since I spoke about it, Monster Hunter. As you can see, I'm leaving Devil May Cry for last. Yeah. Monster Hunter. So, Monster Hunter's coming out with an expansion, Iceborne. Now, it's weird because they were like, it's coming out later this year. Then somebody on Twitter had I guess they got the translation wrong, but they were like, it's coming out in March. And I was like, oh, it's coming out in March. I can't wait for it. It's March. You know, because World really doesn't have that much content, because let's be honest here. And I'm going to be honest. if you play World and you play Generations, all right, even though Generations support, there's so much more to do in Generations than there is to do in World. There's a ton of content in Generations, all right, as opposed to World. So what do we get in World? They keep giving us updates of arc-tempered monsters. I don't care. I really don't. Oh, well, they gave us the Witcher stuff. Okay, so? Did the Witcher stuff already. Oh, well, people are complaining about how hard it is, so now we got to dumb it down. For those who don't know, they nerfed Leshen and they, and they buffed your Ignis, all right? So now it should be easier to fight because everybody wants that rare armor sphere. I don't give a fuck about a rare armor sphere to say Pookie Pookie. I don't. I just don't. It's not going to stop me from being successful at, finishing missions in the future. It's not. I don't care. I don't care. So as far as I'm concerned, they take that, that special, special armor sphere and stick it up their ass. I don't need it. Never needed it. But as far as I'm concerned, for you to nerf a fight and buff a move because people are saying it's too hard? Really? Really? That's where we're going now. Okay. Come on. The game is meant to be challenging. If you cannot meet that challenge, I advise you sit down for a while and check yourself. There's no reason. Hell, I still haven't beaten Behemoth. But you don't see me bitching and moaning about it, do you? It needs a buff, and this needs a nerf, and no. Do I feel he's cheap? Yes. You can't cast Meteor and the Meteor go right through you. You know what I mean? They take liberties into it because, let's be honest here, if you do a physical move or a monster does a physical move and there's another monster in the way, it gets hit. All right? In Monster Hunter. When you're fighting Behemoth, he's like, I'm just going to cast whatever I want to. It's going to go right through me and hit you. That I feel is fucking cheap. But hey, that's how they made it. That's what you got to deal with. Okay? I do like the fight, though. I like the challenge. So as far as I'm concerned, Monster Hunter Iceborne, we'll see what comes with it. I know a lot of people, I have to say this, a lot of people just jumped on the bandwagon, all of a sudden becoming the aficionados of Monster Hunter or whatever, and it's such bullshit. We're seeing it now with Devil May Cry as well. Everyone wants to be an aficionado for it because it's the hot thing to play. It's hard for me to watch. It really is. All right? It really is. Like I said, I've been playing Monster Hunter since the first one. You know what I mean? And to see all these people, it's like, who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? You know what I mean? And I've always played online. So I never bump into these people online. I don't understand. This is before streaming. Before YouTube. When you actually had to play online as a community and you didn't know each other. So the only time you can get together if you really want to play with a static group, if you didn't have friends, was you had to go on forums. Or you friend each other and you try to catch each other at the same time when you play. But now all of a sudden we have new ways of technology. And he says, I've never seen these guys play or girls play. I've never heard of them. And they're probably saying, well, I've never heard of you. I don't want to hear that. Like I said, I'm telling you now, if you need to go back, my first video on here, not the music video from Entertainment System, all right? My first actual gaming video on here was Monster Hunter. My first video on here. So I've been a Monster Hunter fan for years, all right? I've constantly talked about it throughout the years. I constantly play with people on stream all the time. Even when I'm off stream, I still play with people. Especially now, GU. I'm playing GU now. I took a break from World to play GU. And you know what? When you go back to GU from World, it's like, damn, they really capitalized World, didn't they? God damn. Yeah. But it feels good. GU feels really good for me. It's really fun. I am having a blast with it. I am. It reminds me why I started playing Monster Hunter. World didn't remind me of that. World was fun, and graphics and all this, and I get it, and World is great, and I felt it was my game of the year when it came out. But it didn't remind me of the old times of playing Monster Hunter. GU does. Let's move on to our last topic, Devil May Cry. First off, if you've gotten through this video before I've talked about Devil May Cry, I am shocked, because you should have turned this off by now. You should be playing Devil May Cry since it came out today. Go play Devil May Cry. But I'm seeing a lot of garbage come down the pipe. I am. People are still salty that DMC did not get a sequel. Some people are saying that Kotaku just not too long ago said that Devil May Cry 5 is, what's they call it? The epitome of trash? Fuck off. Alright? Now you're just saying it because it's bait. It's bait, and you're just going against the grain. If you cannot play this game, then shut the fuck up. It's something wrong with you as opposed to the game. Like I said, I streamed the demo for everybody. You know what I mean? And played it. It was fun. You know what I mean? I wish there were more enemies on screen, but it was fun. You know what I mean? It's just that simple. I think this game brings back the Devil May Cry series as it is. I think that this, especially what we've seen not too long ago, and I don't really want to spoil it that much, but it has been great. For everything I've seen so far, it's been great. It's exciting. I'm happy to see people that are happy to play this game. We didn't see that last time. There was such a divide. There was such a fight. The game was so bad. Don't even get me started. You know? But understand there's going to be some links in here. All right? Reset Era and stuff. It's funny. I want to mention this before I go back to Devil May Cry. Reset Era, I linked you so you can see the hilarity in some of these things, because especially with DOA 6, the inappropriate treatment of women. Oh my God, Reset Era is stupid. They're absolutely stupid. We're seeing people, especially Reset Era right now. With Devil May Cry? It's just a reskin of DMC. No, the fuck, it's not. No, it's not. There's a complete difference in gameplay. Complete difference. Okay, you know what? Yeah, like I said, DMC. Go play it. All right, Devil May Cry 5 is so good. As far as I'm concerned, everyone should be having fun right now. We've seen how many people have grinded the demo and what you can actually do during that demo, which is amazing if you put the time into it. And that's what it is. Put the time into it. And let me say this now. If you're watching people who are playing Devil May Cry 5 and you're like, oh, you suck, blah, blah, blah. These are blind runs. These are blind runs that these gamers are doing. All right? No one's going to be a pro right from the gate. All right? Like I said, unless you really grinded that demo. And like I said, but still, you haven't had the full game, so you don't know what to expect yet. All right? You don't know what other bigger enemies are going to come along. But, again, this is one of those things where you really should give streamers time to play their games. Like I said, blind runs. And plus, they have to try and entertain you. They're not going to be quiet the whole time and try to figure it out themselves. Because that's usually what gamers do. They're quiet, they're concentrating, they don't have to say anything, they block out everything. You have streamers who are entertaining you at the same time as trying to concentrate and do this. Have fun playing the game. That's what this is about. And as far as I'm concerned, it looks like it's going to be a masterpiece. Now, at the end of this, I want to talk about Capcom. A lot of people have said that Capcom is back. Look what they've done as of late. You know, oh, Capcom, they gave us Resident Evil 2 Remake, which is a great game. All right, Monster Hunter World, which is a great game. Devil May Cry 5, so far, great game. What do they have left on the horizon? Oh, we got Onimusha HD. Still a great game, but only HD'd up. It's really all they did. You have to understand that Capcom is only making up for the mistakes that they made. Okay? They're not out of the water yet. They're not, no. We just saw them not too long ago what they did with Street Fighter V, where the Pro Circuit, they were just slapping advertising the Pro Circuit everywhere on the characters' arms and shit and carrying on, still trying to get you. Still. Capcom still fucking up, alright? But their individual teams do still care. There are some. We saw that with just Monster Hunter. We're seeing that with Devil May Cry right now. So you have to understand, they're just trying to get back to good. They're not back. Oh, they're back. We can forgive them for everything that they screwed us on. No. Let them earn it. All right? Let them earn it. That's all it comes down to. Let them earn it. And it seems like a lot of people don't understand when it came to Resident Evil 2 Remake exactly what was going on when they were talking to the other people that were making Daymare. So, yeah. All right? Just relax. Okay? Y'all taking it a little too far. Have fun playing Devil May Cry, please. We will be back soon. Like I said, no more hiatus. I'm back. We'll be back soon. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. Again, go play Devil May Cry. Go have fun. And go live your life. I'll talk to you then. Y'all be safe. I'm out.